G'day everyone, how are we? Today we're going to be unboxing this little fella right here, the Inkbird ITC-308 temperature controller with Wi-Fi capability. So this is a really awesome little product, great to have installed in your fish tank, on your fish tank I should say. So it should be a good video. With that said, let's get straight into the unboxing. Alright, so I got this shipped to me for free, so I didn't have to pay for it, but I definitely would. And there's no script or anything, I'm just going to unbox it. I kind of know how it works, and I'll show you everything I know, and we'll get it set up and unboxed and that sort of thing. So with that said, let's just take it out of the package. Really excited, really good packaging. So alright, open it up. We've got a controller manual, very handy. We're going to be looking at that later, so I can actually show you how it works. And a warranty card, which is great. I didn't actually know it came with a warranty, so there you go. And it's also got like the details at the back there, what you need to put in, so you can give it back and send it back and get your money back. And that's what we've got next. Let's take her out. Right, there's nothing in that box. This is what we got. Alright, so this is what we got here. Alright, so how does the ITC-308 actually work? And so basically, what is its purpose in a tank? And what sort of tank is it meant for? If I give you a quick rundown on how this works, the Inkbird's ITC-308, its basic purpose is to maintain the temperature in an aquarium and keep it as exact as possible, and basically make sure that you know the heat is broken when it does break, or your cooler. Alright, so what I mean with this device is you're going to set a temperature that you want your tank to be at all times, and once we program it, of course, which I'm going to show you straight after, then it's going to try and keep that temperature as consistent as possible and try to keep it at that number at all times. So yeah, it's a really handy product. I'm going to show you basically how to set it up, and I'm going to show you how it actually works. You'll learn the different components of it as we set it up, of course, and I'll show you how to install it in your tank as well. Just did some research over the last couple of days on setting it up and all that sort of stuff, so I'm on top of it now. Yeah, and so basically what you're going to do is connect your heating and cooling components. So the way this works is you're going to have a heater and a cooling system in your tank, right? And you set your temperature on the actual device, and then it will also record the temperature. If you set the temperature to a degree difference, what it's going to do is, if you set your temperature for say 25 degrees and it drops to 24 degrees naturally because of cold weather, then it's going to turn your heating system on, and then it'll get that temperature up to the 25 degrees Celsius mark, and then it'll turn off the heater. And then once it drops again, it'll just keep going up and down very slightly because it's only a 1 degree difference. And that way it's really handy. And you can even set it so if it reaches even 0.1 degrees below your required temperature, it'll turn back on. And you can be as accurate as you want, whatever you set it to. So I'm going to show you how to manually set this up. Now this is also Wi-Fi capable. It has an app, and I've actually downloaded the app on my phone, but I can't actually connect it to the Wi-Fi, so that's unfortunate. That's only because I think my internet's not compatible with the device. Even if it doesn't work for you, it's still fine because it's really easy to manually set up, which I'm going to show you right now. Right, so first things first, you're going to want to actually plug your device into power, which I'm going to do right now. Right, there we go. I'm going to show you how to set this up. So we're going to be setting this up on this aquarium, for this aquarium here, and basically this has got my Cubensis with a couple fry in here, so I do want to keep the temperature pretty stable. So we're going to use this device today, and the thing is, I don't have a cooling system. The good thing about this is that you don't have to have a cooling system, or if you've got a cold water tank, you don't need a heating system if it's not necessary for your area. So let's say you live somewhere that's really hot, right? And you want you've got axolotls, say, and you want the temperature to be at about 18 degrees Celsius. So I'm using Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And your main problem is just the water heating up. Then you can just add the cooling system to the setup, and that'll be absolutely fine. But let's set this up. All right, so firstly, with this product, this number is a number that's being recorded in your aquarium. I'm actually going to add my probe, which is this little thing here. I'm going to add that to the tank, so that then we can actually get a recording of the temperature. Alright, sorry about the reflections, it's almost impossible to not have any. But the probe is in, just there, and it's now recording the temperature in here. It's still figuring it out, but basically around 24 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good, but I'd like it to be a bit warmer. So let's set it up. So this is the recorded temperature that the probe is recording in your tank, and this temperature is the temperature that you want your tank to be. Basically that'll just automatically set as we set it up. First thing you're going to need to do is hold on to set for 3 seconds. Alright, now we've got TS here, which means temperature set. So for me, I reckon for Cubensis and for some fry, perfect temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. And so that's what I'm going to be using. And I've already set it, so yeah, that's fine. You can just use these arrows to go up and down. Really easy. Alright, moving on, just hit set to move on. We've got heating difference, so basically means when you want the heater to be activated below the temperature you set. So we set it to 26 degrees Celsius. If we set this to 1 degree, then it means at 25 degrees Celsius, it's going to turn the heater on so it heats back up. And you can be as exact like 0.5 degrees. So if it reaches 0.5 degrees below your set temperature, then it's going to turn the heater on so it can bring the temperature back to your set temperature, basically. I think for Cubensis though, they're really hardy, so 1 degree is absolutely fine. I could even go down to 3 degrees if I wanted. Alright, so let's move on. Cooling difference, basically the same thing, but with the cooling, meaning if the temperature goes over the set temperature. So we got 26 degrees, say if it got to 27 degrees, then that's when it would kick in the cooling element, but we don't have a cooling element, so honestly, I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just set it all the way up to like 5 degrees maybe, because I don't want the alarm going off just because of the cooling, which I can't control. In some circumstances, you might have both cooling and heating depending on how expensive your fish are and how important the temperature is for them. So anyway, moving on, we've got now the alarm high. So the alarm high is basically the temperature that you want, the highest temperature that your tank could get. If your cooling system breaks down and your heating also kind of like malfunctions, meaning it doesn't turn off and just keeps getting hotter and hotter, then whatever temperature you set this one to and it reaches that temperature, then it's going to set an alarm and it'll go off, and meaning you'll hear it, and then you'll see that it's going way over the temperature, meaning it could kill your fish, so you turn your heater off or something like that, so the temperature goes back down, or whatever you want to do from there. Yeah, basically it just sets an alarm and tells you when your heater's broken and your tank is overheating, which is really handy. Now moving on, alarm low is basically the same thing, but if it gets too low, if the temperature gets too low because your heater just stops working and your cooling element is kicking in because like something's malfunctional, then just say, you know, it sets an alarm if it reaches that low temperature that we set it to. And for me, I reckon 18 degrees, I reckon 20 degrees should be for the Cubensis here. So 20 degrees is fine. Moving on, PT is how long you reckon your cooling element should wait each time before turning it back on. So I reckon probably about, I don't have a cooling element, so I don't really need to worry, but let's just say 2 minutes. Right now, calibration is if your probe breaks down, basically, I'm pretty sure, something like that. We don't need to worry about that really at the beginning. I think it's a problem that happens later on, but basically what you want your temperature to be calculated as. I'm not really too familiar with this, with the calibration, but for me, I'm just going to set that to 0 degrees. And then CF means Celsius or Fahrenheit, so you can set it to Celsius or Fahrenheit, and that makes it so much better. That's what I love about this product. It considers both Celsius people and Fahrenheit people, so that's perfect. And we're going to go with Celsius because I live in Australia, and that's what I use here. Now we can just hit set, 3 seconds, and boom, it is all set up now. Currently reading 25 degrees, 25.1 degrees in here, and we've set it to 25, so absolutely perfect. 26 is what I want now. And yeah, boom. And now what we need to do, since we've already got the probe, I'm going to move it out of view, of course, and then I'm going to place this to the side. It's also got a little hole here to hang, which is a great little feature if you want to hang it off some string or fishing line from like a suspension or ceiling or something. I love this product. It's really well done, well thought out. And now we just got to plug in our heater to this actual element. It should start working. Right, this is my heater, and always plug it into the heating element. Just plug her in, all right, and just like that, it's plugged in. Heating element's plugged in. It's all working now, and that's really how to set it up, program it, and based on the information that I've given you on each setting, you can set it to your own requirements for your cold water or tropical aquarium, and this works for both freshwater and saltwater, so really good. Love this product. Thanks so much, Inkbird, for sending me this awesome little gadget, and it's probably going to save me some fish deaths in the future, especially if I start getting some more expensive finicky fish. I'll leave a link to the Inkbird ITC-308 in the description below. Just buy it off eBay. It's super easy and ships pretty quickly. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you all in another video.